Hi there, Lloyd Machedo speaking to you from LloydMachedo.com. Who's Lloyd Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, this video is going to be slightly graphic in terms of its content. Okay, so viewer discretion is advised. Okay, so I'm reading this article from DNAindia.com and I'll give you my thoughts about it. So here it says, Delhi man. Okay, and before I even go further, I'm very sure after I read this, there'll be a certain category of Indians who will say, see Muslims, see Islam. I am 100% sure there will be Hindus who will say this. I'm not going to get into that. You can just say whatever you want because I'm just tired of trying to explain this is not a Muslim thing or this is not a Hindu thing. This is an individual who has committed a crime. Okay. And for those people who like to point out, oh, see, he murdered because he's Muslim, you can cherry pick incidents of all criminals who are Muslims and say these are Muslims, and you can ignore the good things Muslims do. So we do the same with Hindus, we do the same with Christians, we do the same thing with atheists. Stop it. Okay. Anyway, having said that, let's focus on the article. So DNAindia.com says, Delhi man, a guy from Delhi, kills his girlfriend, chops her into 35 pieces. And then it says 6 things about Aaftab Poonawala, the Mumbai-based blogger. Okay. So this guy, he is a trained chef. He evaded detection for 6 months, continued to live in the same house that he shared with his live-in girlfriend, but was only arrested on Saturday. Now, this 28-year-old young man, which is very disturbing. You know, I remember there was this incident that took place in Kerala where I think a Muslim guy with a Hindu couple and another Christian or something like that, he was a cannibal. He trained them to kill and eat their private parts or some graphic thing. I'll put the link below. So it kind of reminds me of that same incident. So this guy, he allegedly strangled his live-in partner and cut her body into 35 pieces, which he kept in a 300-liter fridge for 3 weeks in his residency of South Delhi, Mehrauli, before dumping across the city for several days. In a harrowing tale of betrayal and subterfuge. Subterfuge? Okay, the accused, a trained chef, evaded detection for 6 months, continued to live in the house, and was only arrested on Saturday after details of killing and this grisly aftermath came to light during his interrogation. You know, the first thing that goes to my mind is, I mean, you really have to be sick and demented to such an extent that you can do something, you can even imagine doing something like this and feel normal about it. For me personally, this is more like having a serial killer, having a very, very dangerous person. He's really, really sick in the head. I mean, just think, he's an educated guy. He's an educated man. He is not uneducated. And it's nothing got to do with the religion. I really feel it's a personality issue that he has. And I really wish, you know, if there are psychologists or psychiatrists to evaluate this guy and find out what is going through his head, you know. So Aaftab Poonawala told the police during investigation he killed Shraddha Walker after a quarrel over marriage. And the idea of chopping her body was inspired by Dexter, an American crime TV series. See this, I got inspired by this and that. I don't buy into it. Obviously, it's stupid to say, oh, because of American television or because of the character. Because remember, even the guy in New Zealand, the Christian guy who shot dead people in a mosque, innocent Muslim people, he said he got inspired by the Christian doctrines and by Nelson Mandela. The Christian doctrine doesn't say take a machine gun and shoot Muslims in a mosque. Neither does Nelson Mandela ever say kill people, you know. So people can cherry pick, like I told you, people can cherry pick and talk nonsense. Anyway, so stepping out past midnight with body parts packed in poly bags, The accused meticulously planned out which ones to dispose of first, depending on part stats decomposing at the earliest. So here are the 6 things you should know about Aaftab Poonawala. He was a resident of Vasai, completed his schooling from St. Francis High School, graduated with an MBS degree from LS Raheja College in Mumbai. Just imagine the shock, the people who knew him, what they must be thinking, oh, sheesh, man, I knew a serial killer. And then people will kind of remind and think, I used to spend time with him, talk to him. Just imagine, especially people who have been his friends, even his family, just think what they must be going through. Then Poonawala is a food blogger by profession, runs a food blog on Instagram that goes by the name Hungry Chokro with over 28,000 followers. Let me Google search and check if this is Instagram. Is it there? Is his Instagram there? It's there. I'm checking. Sheesh. His Instagram is still there. Ooh, bloody hell. Okay, but here he is just showing really nice food, very nice photographs. I'll put the link below. The tags, which Hungry Choco. I don't know if it's the same guy. But the food here looks very nice. It's French fries, samosas and all that. It's nothing graphics. I don't know. Well, maybe there's something wrong with him. Okay, 28,000 followers. Okay. I don't know if it's the same Instagram account, but the hashtag Hungry Chokro shows nice photographs. Okay. Then, what it says here is, where is it? Sorry. So Poonawala met Shraddha Vikas Walker while working at a call center in Mumbai. Before having met him, Shraddha was residing in regal apartments in Sanskruti Complex, Vasai West. The accused was also residing in the vicinity. They fell in love working together. Yeah, fell in love, always a dangerous concept. However, when their families refused to accept their relationship, the couple shifted to Delhi and started living in a rented apartment in Chhattarpur area, Mehrauli. I can imagine the sadness that the girl's mother and father must be feeling. Just imagine what the parents must be going through. On May 18, the couple had heated argument over marriage, following which Poonawala strangled Shraddha to death. Now, there are some people who can be very irritating and drive people mad, but that does not give anyone an excuse to kill someone to death, or physically harm. You don't like someone, they're irritating you, just break up. But I guess maybe she didn't want to leave because, in India, sometimes it's, if you have sex with the girl says, no, you have to marry me. I'm giving both sides the story. So I'm not endorsing what he did is right. But sometimes it can drive people mad, and maybe that leads to violence, which I also tell people, be very careful. Don't get into that. Always seek help if you're losing your cool. Even I lose sometimes my cool. I get angry, but it takes a certain degree of maturity to know and be aware that you're getting angry and to control yourself. Okay. He then chopped her body into 35 pieces, scattered them across the city over a period of 18 days. According to the police, 13 body parts were found only after the accused pinpointed the areas he had thrown them. But only after forensic examination, it can be confirmed if they belong to the victim. They are yet to find the murder weapon. For the next few weeks after the murder, Poonawala allegedly interacted with the woman's friends using her social media accounts so as not to arouse any suspicion. It's very sad, man. It's terrible what is happening, because I'm not just talking about the murder. I'm also talking about what the family must be going through, what the friends, what people who were close to. Just imagine mother and father who raised a child, to lose the one you love, how horrible it is. And, sometimes I wonder, because of my fascination for science, psychology, psychiatry, and, serial killers, I sometimes wonder what goes through their mind. In fact, if you see these documentaries of these serial killers, you really wonder what would prompt someone to want to do this. like, okay, if it is a traumatic event or something, yes, that shock maybe can affect you. Sometimes they even say, and this is a proven factor, if a tumor or anything grows, it affects your behavior. Like I've read in some of the books on psychology where a girl was at Harvard Business School. After a tumor grew in her brain, she became addicted to sex, drugs, and until that it was clean. But after she got into all this, and finally when she was diagnosed with HIV, and when she went for a checkup, she realized there was a tumor growing. And only after finding that out were they able to realize that this is affecting her behavior permanently. So is it that, or it's a pretty fascinating, dark and fascinating world of how your mind works and how your personality can change. But then I think it's even more mysterious in a dark way. How maybe if you don't have any of these diseases, how you can still, become a serial killer. And for that matter, if anyone grows like being a transgender or having wanting to change their gender or body dysmorphia, or there are some people who consider they see their body part and they don't like it and they want to chop it off to feel normal. There are actually people who have done this. So, and then we can see, forget tattoos. Tattoos is, some people say that is for attention. People who actually chop, cut, make holes in their body, their nose. This is the most modified guy. He has chopped his fingers to look like an alien. His ears, his nose, very graphic. Have a look at that. He's in Brazil. So yeah, this is the world we live in, and these are the kinds of individuals that we have. I guess in a small way, it can be putting silicone in the body to look attractive, and then in an extreme way, it can be like this, and then the most extreme is this. Anyway, good, bad, or ugly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And this is what I have to say. And like I told you, this is not a Hindu thing or this is not a Muslim thing. This is just mental sickness. Seriously. That's all I have to say. Let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off.